So once again, we are starting our unlimited prospecting for free training from our Stiforp back office, as we always do, so you can familiarize yourself with this awesome tool suite. Because there is no other place that you can go online and get this tool suite for $10 a month. That is why Stiforp is going to become a household name, and why, in my opinion, every single one of those 50 million network marketers out there worldwide, every 11 seconds, somebody starts a brand new home based business that's 3,500 people a day. They need Stiforp because they need the tools, they need the cash flow, they need the leads, and they need the system that Stiforp offers for them to be successful in building whatever their primary business is. Now, we're coming to the end of our unlimited prospecting for free training. I have showed you many different ways for you to generate prospects on a daily basis so that you have 15 to 30 leads a day to talk to any day that you want to pick up the phone, any day that you want to reach out and contact people, any day that you actually want to build your business. So I'm in the Stiforp back office, and I'm in the section of the lead capture pages, and I just have to note, I think it's so awesome that you have all of these capture pages in 10 different languages so that you can go out and participate in a global economy. Okay, you can do Stiforp globally. So if you didn't know that, you do not have a language barrier because your lead capture pages have been translated. Okay, so what happens? What is a lead capture page? Well, a lead capture page is where somebody fills in their name, their email, usually their phone number, and they click continue, and that puts it in your autoresponder for your system. And that does what? It also generates a lead for you. And what ideally are you going to do with that information? Well, ideally, you're going to call that person within 30 minutes or of when they come through your capture form. Now, obviously, if that's in the middle of the night, you're not going to do that. So today's topic is about generating inbound calls for yourself. So what do you think's going to happen if you go out there and use our little gold mining technique that I showed you of taking a self-replicated URL in the very last training and just finding distributor after distributor after distributor, capture page after capture page after capture page, and you fill in those capture pages? What do you think's going to happen? It's going to generate inbound calls for you. Okay, let me repeat that. When you go in and you go out and you fill in capture pages, it is ideally going to generate inbound calls for you. Now, here's a really interesting statistic that I found, which is typically only 1 out of 4 people calls their prospects. Isn't that so odd? I mean, can you imagine that? You join a home business, you come online, you're working from home, you're out there marketing, and you have a prospect that comes through your self-replicated page, comes through your capture page for whatever your primary business is, and you don't call them back? I mean, why'd you join the company? Why'd you join the business? Well, I can tell you why. It's because so many people are afraid of the phone. So many people are afraid of rejection. So many people don't know what to say. So many people don't know how to put them through an information process. So many people don't have a system to use that's duplicatable. Again, that's where Stiforp comes in. Not only does it give them cash flow, gives you leads, but it gives you a system. So 1 out of 4 people, can you imagine those other 3 people? They don't call their prospects back. So if you want to generate inbound calls for yourself, which means that you don't want to do outbound calls, you want to talk to people when they're ready to talk to you, you want to talk to people when they're home, you can generate inbound calls. You can simply go out and fill in 50 to 100 capture pages a day in order to generate 10 to 25 inbound calls a day. And why so many? Because remember, I said it's 1 out of 4. And I know that's such an off the wall statistic that only 1 out of 4 people are going to call you back, but that's kind of the case. And by going out there and filling in those lead capture pages, it's going to generate inbound calls. What that means is that people are going to call you. And then you can have a conversation with them, find out, whether or not they're successful in their business. You know that 95% of them are failing. You know that they're not recruiting enough people. You You know that they don't have enough leads. You know that they don't have a system. You know that they don't have the sales training that they need. You know all that because that's the reason for the 95% failure rate. So just open the door with them. You're not going to, okay, I'm going to tell you when you're generating inbound calls, you're not going to want to lead with your primary business, not at all. You're going to want to lead with Stiforp. You're going to want to lead with the tool. You're going to want to lead with the pick and shovel. Because you can ask them questions like, aren't you tired of taking your auto ship out of your bank account off your credit card every month? Wouldn't you like to take it out of positive cash flow? Wouldn't you like to have unlimited prospects for free to talk to on a daily basis? And they're going to go, well, does it work? And you're going to go, well, you're talking to me right now. Okay, so this is what you do. Now, in the last training, we talked about Boolean searches. We talked about how self-replicated websites, when you find them, of a company are the gold mine, and here is why. Okay, so I'm going to go to Google for a second, and we've already determined that myvi.net is the self-replicated website for Visalis. Okay, we've been using Visalis as one of the examples and one of the company examples throughout this entire training. I have to pick one or two companies to use an example, so I usually use the same company over and over and over again so you can see how it works. But then you can go out and find the self-replicated websites for the companies yourself. Now remember, okay, you have a Stiforp Unlimited Prospecting cheat sheet and checklist here, and it has all the resources of how to find companies and keywords and everything. So if you're like, I don't know what to type in there, I'm confused, go to your checklist. I gave you those resources of how to find MLM companies, of how to find keywords to use, a list of gurus. Okay, so go back to your checklist, go back to your cheat sheet, okay, and use your cheat sheet because the notes, okay, the websites that I mentioned, the resources that I mentioned for every single training, they're on one PDF document in your Stiforp back office. Get one more resource that Notter has offered you, okay, and so you can download the PDF to reference and print it out while you're going through the training. All right, so we've already determined that myvi.net is a self-replicated website, okay, and remember, last training, I showed you that little gold mining technique that you can do. And so when you have a company that has a capture page like Visalis does, and you want to sit down and you just want to generate inbound calls and you just want to do it really, really, really quickly. All right, so let's go to that little gold mining technique. I love this technique. Okay, so you have this self-replicated URL. It's right here. Okay, this is just somebody's URL, some random person. Okay, and I got it by doing myvi.net, okay, and just clicking through. Okay, here it is. Amazing. Boom, I just copied it off, okay, because I had done my research and I knew that this was the self-replicated URL. Okay, so I just copied and pasted that. And hi, Joy, lives in Missouri. Awesome. There's her phone number. Okay, and what you can do is you can sign her guest book. Her guest book is her lead capture form. You put in your name, you put in your email address, make sure it's your marketing email address because you're going to end up in your autoresponder. And what I like about that is first you end up with the email to be able to have email communication back with the person, back and forth with the person. But also you get to see the subject lines of autoresponders from different companies and what's working, what gets your attention. You get to read other people's autoresponder series. So if you have find something, you can use it in your own. Your phone number, again, use your Google Voice number because you have control. You can forward your Google Voice to your cell phone. You can forward your Google Voice number to your office phone or your home phone. You're in control. You can send it right to voicemail. If you're, at work, you can put a customized message on it, drive your traffic to your Stiforp capture page, put a really catchy message on it, especially if you're, spending a couple of days or a week or 2 weeks targeting a specific company, put a message on your Google Voice number that says, hey, I'm really excited. I would love to talk to you about your Visalis business. Let me show you how to get unlimited leads for free for your Visalis business on a daily basis. Do you have more people than you can talk to on a daily basis? Leave me your name and phone number. I'll show you how to plug into this awesome free technique. And so even as you're filling in these capture pages, they're going to call you back. They're going to hear that message. people that are serious about your business, you've generated interest. Why? It's about leads. Okay, you're talking to them about their business. So fill in the capture page, fill in the sign the guest book, hit submit. Okay, now here's the thing that you can do. This is the little gold mining. I love this. Now I can sit here and I can just sit here and type in 100 of the most popular URLs or usernames for people. Okay, so I just took out whatever that person was, and now guess what happens? New capture page popped up. I can fill in my information. I can hit submit. Remember, I showed you this was your gold mining technique. It's also a way to find leads really fast because, again, just a little repeat because we're here. You click on info. Okay, his info is going to be right there. His phone number is going to be right there. But this training is specifically about generating inbound calls. And in order to generate inbound calls, you've got to fill in the capture form. And remember, only 1 out of 4 people are going to respond. I know that's totally wild. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back. Okay, because I'm at that self-replicated site. And here's the other piece. Okay, if you want to come right to this profile section, so you click less, all you do is take the Chris out, put in Sam. Okay, hit respond, wait for it to come up. There you go. Okay, new person, info, phone number, new capture page. Go up here, you filled it in, take out Sam, put in Bill. Use first names, use common last names, use things like work from home. This is a weight loss company, so you could use things like weight loss. Okay, there you go, new capture page. I'm filling in. I am literally going to be able to fill in 100 lead capture forms in about an hour and spend that hour, maybe it'll take you an hour and a half, okay? And you now have generated all your inbound calls for the day, okay? And you can do this with any company, okay? You can sit here and you're going to need to develop. I'm not going to give you a list of, I know, I told you in the last one that I wasn't going to give you, I'm not going to give you a list of the most popular user IDs. You should be able to figure it out. Okay, use common names. Okay, Sally. Wait, boom. I told you this was a gold mining technique when I showed you how to do this with Boolean searches. Okay, but we're specifically talking about this in generating inbound calls. So you're going to sign the guest book. And again, if you want more information on the person, okay, now here's the other piece. What if, will this actually let me come right to the profile screen info? It might. I don't know. Let me see. Let me type in Tom. Okay, no, it won't. I have to click the info button. But again, phone number right here, name right here. Okay, I can, and those of you that have 2 screens, okay, if you have 2 computers, what I do is my search on one screen and I have my Excel sheet open on a second screen so I can type the name in right then and there. Or just flip back and forth between my Excel sheet. But again, what you're doing, filling in the capture page, okay? And again, all I'm just on simple common names. Simple common names. And I showed you this before, how you can take these simple common names and find their contact information. So again, contact information if you wanted, but again, we're talking about generating inbound calls. So you want to fill in the lead capture page right here. You can do this over and over and over again. I told you in the very beginning that every time you found a self-replicated website for a company, that I was going to show you how it was a little prospecting gold mine and how it was going to generate you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of distributors. Okay? So again, I'm just on first names. I haven't done last names. I haven't done common usernames. I haven't done anything associated with weight loss, which is the other reason it's important to do your homework, okay, in order to know what a company is about, because I bet you if I typed in, and I showed you this one before too, but if I typed in lose weight, okay, that somebody, oh, that one didn't work, okay. Let's type in lose. Yep, there we go, okay. Again, you come up with the screen that it didn't bring something up. Just go back up here, change it again, okay. I bet you somebody has weight loss. And I do so many of these, I don't always remember because I'm showing it to you live. But obviously, since this is a weight loss company, yes, they do. Again, what are you doing? You're filling in the capture form. It's going to generate an inbound call for you. And guys, I'm just going to say this. If you're not going to answer your phone, don't generate inbound calls. The whole value of generating inbound calls is that you're getting to the person live. What do you do once you have them live? You put them through your Stiforp information process. You say to them, do you have enough leads for your business? Let me show you how to have unlimited prospects for free on a daily basis. Let me show you how to give you a system that's duplicatable that anybody on your team can use to help you build your business. Worth a couple minutes of your time, and then send them to your landing page for Stiforp. Or, rotate. Put up the rotator. Split test, see what people respond to. You're thinking, oh, I just want to promote my primary. Well, then do a split test, guys. Use your Stiforp rotator and see what people respond to. See if they respond to more to using the pick and shovel and the tool. I'm going to tell you they are. You might not want to believe me, but I'm going to tell you they will. Or if, you know, you want to do your primary business. Now, if your primary business happens to be a tool, even better. Okay? Something that's really something that people need. And I'm not going to give you examples. If your primary business is that, you should know that. Okay? So here, all I did, that gold mining technique that I taught you with Boolean searches, this is how you generate your inbound calls. You find your self-replicated site for your website. You sit there, you change the names, you fill in the contact information, and you can sit here and you can generate, fill in 50, 100, and generate your inbound calls every day. If you create a list, okay, of the top 500 most common user IDs, shouldn't be very hard, okay, then you can each week choose a different company and sit here and do this and generate your inbound calls. How totally awesome is that? Yet one more way that you can use unlimited prospecting for free and drive traffic to the awesome Stiforp tool suite. Lead with the tool, give people what they need, cash, leads, system and tools, and sales training. Again, we're going to go back and visit the Stiforp back office. You have all of these awesome caption pages in all sorts of different languages for you to use. You have your webinars, you have your conference calls, you have your new tools from Stiforp coming in, your phone burner accounts, the ability to get a virtual assistant to do your calls for you. Okay? You have no excuses. This is the year of no excuses with your financial freedom and creating your residual income.